I see all this talk of boxing fights. They want 50%. Usyk's and all this. Tyson's being greedy. Where I'm standing, Usyk, you and your team are worth 30%. You either take it or you leave it. And if you don't want it, go and fight Daniel Dubois at the Copper Box and get a few $1 million. If you want to make some real money, come and fight the Gypsy King. But I will say, for every day from today that you linger, mess around, I'm going to deduct 1% from the 30%. So every day, I'm going to deduct 1% until you take it. And if you don't take it, fight Dubois for $2 million. Not a problem. But how in the world could Jews ever offer me a deal? Not possible. TikTok, pussies.
So if you were to win this fight, would you fight Anthony Joshua or would you rather fight Dubois as a champion?
I wouldn't rather fight any of them. I'd like to have a trilogy with Usyk again, because then it would be 1-1. So we'd have to do a rubber match and I'd be the only heavyweight in history to have 3 trilogies. That would be quite impressive. Not in a million years will I walk away after this.
You're not finished?
No way. But what I'm going to do to him is going to be that bad of a beating on Saturday night, he ain't going to want to have a trilogy. And I'm hoping there's going to be a trilogy, because all great dance partners have trilogies. It's facts. But what I'm going to do to him, he won't want a trilogy.
The boxing world is once again buzzing, and at the center of it all is Tyson Fury. The Gypsy King has never been one to shy away from the spotlight, and his latest target is none other than Oleksandr Usyk. Fury isn't just calling for a fight, he's demanding a trilogy and laying down some pretty bold terms. Is this classic Fury mind games, or is there a genuine path to one of the most anticipated heavyweight clashes in recent memory? We're diving deep into Fury's fiery warning, Usyk's cool response, and what this all means for the heavyweight landscape. Stick around as we unpack the drama, the demands, and the potential for a legendary series of fights. Tyson Fury has a knack for grabbing headlines, and he's done it again with a direct and rather audacious message to Oleksandr Usyk and his team. Fury made his stance crystal clear regarding the financial split for a potential mega fight. He dismissed the idea of a 50-50 share, stating his position on the matter.
I see all this talk of boxing fights. They want 50%. Usyk's and all this. Tyson's being greedy. Where I'm standing, Usyk, you and your team are worth 30%. You either take it or you leave it. And if you don't want it, go and fight Daniel Dubois at the Copper Box and get a few $1 million. If you want to make some real money, come and fight the Gypsy King. But I will say, for every day from today that you linger, mess around, I'm going to deduct 1% from the 30%. So every day, I'm going to deduct 1% until you take it. And if you don't take it, fight Dubois for $2 million. Not a problem. But how in the world could Jews ever offer me a deal? Not possible. TikTok, pussies.
Fury didn't stop there. He introduced a high-stakes countdown, adding even more pressure to his ultimatum. This move is classic Fury, loud, brash, and designed to control the narrative. He's positioning himself as the A-side, the one offering the real money and the legacy-defining fight, while painting Usyk's alternative, a fight with Daniel Dubois, as a far less significant event. Fury claims his offer is generous, and any delay from Usyk's side will only see that offer diminish day by day. It's a calculated power play, aiming to dictate terms before negotiations even formally begin. He further elaborated on his plans, dismissing retirement talks and outlining a multi-fight future.
Keep hearing talk of people saying that I should retire or I'm going to retire soon or whatever. I ain't retiring anywhere. I've got 2 fights with Usyk for the Undisputed, twice. Then I'm going to fight AJ at least once, maybe twice, if there's a rematch, if he wants one, after the first battering I give him. And then I'm going to fight Ngannou again. And that's just a start. So there's 5 little fights for you to whet your appetite with. I ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. 35-year-old in the prime of my life, and I'm ready to...
While Tyson Fury turns up the volume with his public demands, Oleksandr Usyk appears to be navigating the situation with his characteristic composure. Usyk isn't getting drawn into a war of words. Instead, he seems focused on his own path, which includes a scheduled bout with Daniel Dubois. But make no mistake, Fury is definitely on his radar. Usyk has spoken about his future fight plans, and the Gypsy King features prominently. When asked about his future and potential opponents after Dubois, Usyk mentioned 2 names.
Is it going to be 2 more fights and you hang up the gloves, or can we expect to see more from Oleksandr Usyk?
No, I think 2 fights and enough. I have 2 fights.
So Daniel Dubois is next. What would the last fight be?
I have 2 options: Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury.
Which one would you prefer?
Tyson Fury.
Do you know if he's making a return?
I don't know. Send you hello, my friend.
Interestingly, Usyk is not just open to fighting Fury, he's thinking big, envisioning a trilogy. This isn't just about one fight for Usyk, it's about legacy. He's even talked about the kind of venues a fight of this magnitude deserves, suggesting that even an 80,000-seat stadium might not be enough for a clash with Fury, hinting at the desire for a 100,000-plus crowd. Usyk commented on the scale of such an event.
If Tyson Fury back in career, maybe we organization one more fight.
You want a would you have a trilogy with him?
No problem. I ready.
You can maybe go Manchester Red Old Trafford for Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem. How many people? How many seats? How many seats?
About 70, 80,000 in
So
Old
it's not
Trafford.
enough for this
Not,
fight.
it's not enough for this fight. So what? So Tyson Fury won 150,000. Yeah.
It will be historical.
And on the question of whether he believes he can stop Fury in a rematch, Usyk's confidence is quietly evident.
Do you believe that you can stop Tyson Fury this time around?
I believe. Yes, I believe.
With this second time around, how have you mentally pictured this fight, in your opinion?
Nothing. I just prepare. Listen. I don't know. I win. I just win. I'm ready ко всему. For everything. If Tyson different, yes, Tyson will be different. Me too. Because we know each other. But I'll see it's 21st December.
The back and forth between Fury and Usyk hasn't gone unnoticed, with prominent figures in the boxing community sharing their thoughts. Joe Rogan, a voice many fight fans respect, has expressed his frustration with the politics of boxing that often prevent mega fights from happening. He specifically mentioned the Fury-Usyk matchup as one he's desperate to see, highlighting Usyk's incredible skill and pace, despite being a smaller heavyweight. Rogan stated,
I just get very frustrated when there's amazing fights that are on the table that don't get made. You know, like Usyk and Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see. I know Usyk is small, right? I know he's small for the weight class, but god damn, that dude's good. God damn, he's good. And the pace that he fights at for a heavyweight is insane.
Definitely. I think that goes back to, the business.
Mm-hmm.
The business side, Usyk is, a great fighter and it has accomplished great things in the sport of boxing.
Boxing legend Lennox Lewis also chimed in, particularly on the prospect of a trilogy. Lewis, who knows a thing or two about historic heavyweight trilogies, sees the potential for something special. He believes Fury would approach a rematch with more seriousness, but he also gives immense credit to Usyk's intelligence and undefeated record. Lennox Lewis shared his thoughts.
I think, I always love a trilogy. And I believe that Tyson Fury is coming a lot more serious in this fight. He's, he wants to win. Oleksandr Usyk now, I can't go against him. He hasn't lost yet. So, he's a very positive and great fighter. And he moves well. So it really comes down to, who's the better thinking at the time, who gets in the better punches, who seizes the moment in this fight. And, Tyson Fury needs to seize a lot of moments in the fight to win this fight.
Adding another layer to the speculation, boxing journalist Gareth Davies has suggested that Fury is indeed gearing up for a return. Davies mentioned behind-the-scenes talks and a general feeling that an announcement could be forthcoming, with a third Usyk fight still a possibility, though a blockbuster against Anthony Joshua also looms large. Davies commented on Fury's potential comeback.
Fury is clearly on his way back. Yeah. He's clearly thinking about it. He's getting ready. It wouldn't surprise me to get an announcement in the next couple of weeks that he's back in training, and then I think these talks will get underway with Anthony Joshua, and I think we'll get the big back. They're talking behind the scenes about a comeback, about that it's time again, and that I think there's the realization he's dealt with the 2 defeats to Oleksandr Usyk, dealt with the fact that there probably isn't going to be a trilogy fight, even though he'd like a trilogy fight with Oleksandr Usyk, by the way. And because I've spoken to people in Tyson's team who've said we have talked about trilogy fight.
What do you think about Tyson Fury's latest demands? Will we see him and Oleksandr Usyk complete a trilogy? And who comes out on top if they do? Let us know your predictions and thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more boxing news and analysis, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.